Good day, everyone, especially to our speakers, Dr. Chen Kar Men from UM Specialist Center and UM Psychiatrist Dr. Wanur Ain Fatimah Binti Ahmad Kamil, and our special guest, a businesswoman with two children, Akter Mohoshina, and my name is Ainul Hayat Najidah Binti Rosdi as today's moderator. Without further ado, let's us discuss about today's topic, which is fast food intake should be limited to improve adolescent health. Fast food is the most favorable food in the world. Just saying word fast food would excite everyone. Can you imagine the big burger with juicy patties and cheese melting beside it? Or maybe the crunchy fries, the cold sweet ice creams? You must be drooling at the moment, right? But it comes to lots of various questions from the public. Does fast food intake could maintain our health or give us bad impacts to our body with their greasiness, or it's actually made our life somehow become easier? Specifically to the adolescents. The adolescents are still developing their growth, and will it bring any danger to them? So, let's ask our first guest, Mrs. Akhtar. How do you feel about spoon feeding your child with fast food? Is it convenient for you?
Okay, thank you. As a businesswoman, I have a tight schedule for everyday life, and I have two kids. My son is 14 years old, and my daughter is 9 years old. So for them, I can only depend on fast food. Every day, I place an order within a minute in the morning before going to work. I can save approximately 50% time for my work. And in the evening, I cook some frozen food such as pizza, sausage, meatballs, french fries. And at the night, I try to cook one dish by myself for my family because there is only some time at night. I always try to choose healthy fast food for my children, which provides a good source of vitamin A, vitamin B6, vitamin B, protein, calcium, iron, and other essential nutrients. Thank
That
you.
is very informative for a busy business mother to handle their child meals all alone. It could ease the mother's burdens in preparing the family meals, but talking to the health doctor, with such ingredients, isn't it a bit dangerous for adolescents because of the exposure with some chronic illness such as obesity, diabetes, and maybe heart disease?
Yes, I agree with the moderator's statements. Overconsumption of fast food will actually increase the risk of getting chronic illness. For instance, obesity will lead to various non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, cardiovascular disease, cancer, hypertension, and also diabetes, like what the moderator had just mentioned just now. This actually will affect all age groups regardless of adolescents or adults. Also, fast food contain many artificial ingredients that should be lessened in daily food, but it was increased in the fast food, which because it will make it to become more tasty and also have a good appearance, which will attract the attention of the adolescents to consume it.
So, Dr. Carmen, you mentioned that the good appearance and also the taste of the fast food are main factors that attract adolescents to consume fast food. Could you further elaborate more why this will lead to increasing the risk of getting chronic illness?
Okay, some of the example of adolescents' favorite junk foods include like hamburgers, soda, chips, desserts, and also chocolate, which those kind of food is contain like high calories, salts, and high saturated fats, and also they are low in iron, calcium, and also fiber. These components are the main factor which cause adolescents to get chronic disease like obesity, diabetes, and cancer due to their body system failing to digest the unnecessary and toxic ingredients of their body. Massive consumptions of food which have a high calorie will jeopardize one's health and link with lifestyle disorder. Lifestyle disorders start with obesity, then will follow by diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and also kidney stone.
For sure, with such amounts of ingredients, it could lead to dangerous illness, especially to the adolescents that are still growing. So, Dr. Fatima, Since the adolescent range is about school students, will the fast food intake bother other than just adolescent physicals?
Yes, true, Miss. I know. Apart from what the Dr. Kamil has mentioned, how fast food can cause chronic illness in terms of physical health to both adults and adolescents, over-consuming fast food can also affect the mental health, especially to the adolescent as they are at the age of growing up and their internal body is still weak and is developing compared to adults, which is why I am going to mention how the adolescents' mental health will be affected by the overconsuming of fast food, as their ability and mentality are still unstable and weak compared to an adult mind. To mention this scientifically, from one of the research that I have made, which is from Australia in 2022, in his research, he mentioned that the prefrontal cortex, which the one that is located in the upper front of the brain, the part where they oversees decision making and evaluates the situation, is still not fully developed until they reach in their 20s. So over consuming will somehow affect them. Moreover, apart from the immature thinking style among the adolescents, their internal mood can be affected. Also, as a brain chemical called dopamine will influence one mood and feelings through experiencing something rewarding. In adolescents' brains, their dopamine receptors are likely to be more sensitive and active than an adult's dopamine receptors, which they will be more addictive and when they are consuming something over than they should, especially fast foods. Yeah.
When it comes to emotions issues, would it distract the adolescent academic as they're way too deep into their feelings?
Yeah, the motion issues can be a distraction to the adolescent's academic performance too. Emotions comes variously. It can be sadness, anger, joy, tiredness, disgust, or self-hostility. Those emotions that have been playing around in the mind of adolescents can make them lose focus on their academics. For instance, I read an article from Phyllis Jatka, a nutritionist and also the psychiatry expert. She has done research about what does the teenagers felt emotionally following the food they ate, and most of the answers came out to be very depressive, such I feel miserable and unhappy. I didn't enjoy anything at all. Or I felt so tired, I just sat around and did nothing, which can be seen that these depressive responses were all affected by the way they ate the food that consists less of nutrition and have healthy ingredients. This negative emotion would somehow affect the adolescents academic because they would feel more lazy to do the work given and would choose to stay and do nothing, or they would choose to play video games because they believe that that would make them forget about their negative emotions.
Correct. I do agree with the statement given by Dr. Wanur Ain Fatimah. Mrs. Actor, is it true that these kinds of symptoms happen with your child? I must believe there would be few actions to be shown from the kids, aren't they?
Sometimes I notice that my eldest son feels very sad for no reason, and he doesn't even want to play with her younger sister. But I haven't noticed anything like that at my daughter so far. I think it because of choosing the right fast food.
And how about their body health? Are they both in good condition?
I haven't seen any sign of illness yet, but they fall asleep while studying in the evening and also get tired.
Okay, I see. As what Mrs. Actor said, fast food does really show few proofs towards her children based on what Dr. Kamil and Dr. Fatima mentioned before about their mental and physical health. But as far as I know, there's few good ingredients included in fast food, such as the burger itself, because it can fill up the adolescent's carbs. Or is there any evidence that you can point out?
Yeah, sure, I know. Though, as what I said and what Dr. Kamil has mentioned before, that fast food does affect the adolescent physical and mental health. due to it's known to be the unhealthy food because it is called as fast food, where everything is served at the very fast period and we don't know if the ingredients served are good or not, right? But I also did some research on whether does those famous food restaurant only think about serving food, gain money and fame without thinking of taking care about their customers. Are they like that mean? So I did some research which is from God in 2022. One benefit of fast food is the availability of nutritional information. This includes information on calories, total fats, saturated fat, cholesterol, sodium, carbohydrates, fiber, sugar, and protein. To make it clear, McDonald's, which is one of the most favorite fast food restaurants around the world, also has made a list about the ingredients used that they use, and you can see it very clearly in the internet. Based on what they have done, the mothers, fathers, the consumers don't really have to be worried about what kind of foods is served to their children, whether they have to worry if the food can give harmful effect to their children or affect their children's academic performance. However, to make it clear, to remind Miss Arthur, Dr. Carmen, and also Miss Ainul, fast food or not, people still need to take minimal intake on whatever food they are consuming, even the carbohydrates, vegetables, or protein. All need to be taken in a minimal amount. Don't overconsume things. We must know the limit of the foods that we take.
That is absolutely correct, Dr. Fatima. I do agree for us to be extra careful when it comes to consuming something into our own body. Yes, we acknowledge fast food could bring some chronic illness instantly. We can take excessive amount of protein such as consuming fried chicken every day, but it will give us negative results on our health. Chicken is the most eatable, especially to those who are non-vegetarians, but eating chicken every day may endanger our health, such as exposure to cancer and cholesterol content based on the amount of the sodium and oils for a one portion of fried chicken. So, Dr. Carmen, is there any scientific proof on this matter on consuming tons of sodium?
Yes, in fact, chicken itself contains a lot of nutrients such as vitamin B, C, folate, calcium, magnesium, and iron. This kind of vitamin is actually good source of protein for the human body. However, the American Heart Association recommends that we should limit our intake of lean meat to less than 6 ounces per day. Also, the method of consumption of chicken is extremely important too. The incorrect method to prepare and cook the dish may cause certain health risks such as food poisoning, diarrhea, or worst case, it will increase the risk of getting cancer too. Bacteria like Salmonella, Cabrobacter, and E. coli are often found in raw, contaminated, and undercooked meal. These kind of bacteria are the main factor that cause us to suffer from diarrhea and also food poisoning. This is why we shall always be cautious and also pay full attention to what we consume and how we consume the foods.
That's a lot of information for us to listen today. I may want to cut down my salt intake from now on. Fast food has used lots of oils to cook, especially the French fries, nuggets, sausages, patties, and other frozen food. I also agree when Dr. Fatima mentioned that preparing fast food is a lot easier in just few minutes. But with all the advantages to us, Dr. Carmen, what is a good way for us to consume these snacks in a healthy way?
Of course, as a new normal human, we all tend to have a craving for fast food, especially because it tastes so good, right? But one thing I could say is that I could suggest that maybe we can try to swap the method of cooking the food from deep fry to using an air fryer. Air fryer cook food with the help of hot air, which more specifically where you put the food into the air fryer, the hot air will circulate around it and it will help to cook it with the hot air. Unlike the deep fryings, using an air fryer requires little to no oil. Rather, the hot air itself is able to impact the fast food to become a crispy texture. With this method, the amount of oil usage will be likely to be decreased, but however, the taste of the food will remain unchanged. This kind of food will become a lower fat contains and the health risks are significantly decreased also. Some more using an air fryer is actually more convenient, safer and less time consuming, especially for business women like Miss Actors, right? All she has to do is just put the food into the basket and turn it on for about 20 minutes. While waiting for it to finish the cooking, they can even spare her time to process with some other important stuff. By using a air fryer is also a safer option to by with compared to using the deep fry method, which often involve heating a large container full of scalding oil, which can pose a safety risk. When while air fryer do get hot, but there's no risk of splitting, splashing, or accidentally touching the hot oil.
That is very interesting information from Dr. Carmen. I strongly believe that an air fryer really works like magic for every household, especially to mothers out there. Maybe we can still consume fast foods like nuggets and french fries itself, but without the use of any oils. With that high technology, it could secure our health and decrease the excess of oils in our food. Mrs. Akter, what do you think after hearing all this information from both our speakers today? Or maybe you changed your mind and wanted to share a few thoughts with us?
Thanks a lot, Dr. Carmen and Fatima, for providing all this informative information. I think above all, I should take care of my children's health, and I will make homemade food rather than fast food, where I can choose frozen vegetables, bread, omelette, chicken sandwich rather than oily food. My children are my first priority, so I'm definitely going to stop all unhealthy fast food and junk food which cause dangerous diseases.
That is a very good decision, Miss Akter. Becoming a mother isn't an easy job, especially taking off the family meals. It is the biggest responsibility for mothers out there to provide healthy lifestyles, especially to their children. To end our today's forum, let's hear a few words from our two speakers, Dr. Kamil, Dr. Fatimah. Please send a few words to the audience today regarding today's topic.
Yep. I hope that you will gain some new information throughout the section we have just now. Thanks for inviting me to join the forum today. I truly enjoy our sections. Take care and have a good day ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to show my gratitude for having me to be part of the forum. And I really hope that everyone will be able to at least learn a few things, if not all, regarding the goods and bads of fast food that me and Dr. Kamen has shared. And to parents out there, Miss Arthur, and also to Miss Ainul, let us live a healthy lifestyle for our children and also for ourselves.
Alright, with that heartwarming words, I hope everyone gained some knowledge regarding today's topic, which is fast food intake should be limited to improve the adolescents' health. Thank you to both our speakers today for joining our forum, and also not to forget our special guest, Mrs. Akhtar. It is an honor to have all of you today sharing few thoughts for adolescents' health. And also thank you all of you to joining and listening through our sharings from the start. I hope today's topic could give few infos to a better life. That's all for our tonight's forum. I am today's moderator, Ainul Hayat Najidah Binti Rosdi, signing out and have a good day.
Thank you.